what I want to talk about today is just to kind of wrap up the whole personal learning network concept, and to do that, like looking over your discussion posts, I saw people list a lot of good things, but what I was really looking for there is some organizational ideas in terms of how to organize all this stuff. One of the things is when you share a lot of resources, you do get a little information overload. So what I want to show you is basically what I do in my personal learning network, and a couple things that I don't do that I know of, and just to give you an idea of what I was talking about with that, just to kind of spur some ideas. So one of the things that I mentioned I used is Google Reader. Now it's going away, so I don't want to show too much on how to use it, but the idea is going to be similar across whatever RSS reader you use. So I'm going to go to Google Reader, and if I look here and I list all the items that are new, I see all this here, and you can see some things that I'm interested in, some economics, some science, some future stuff. I'm into cycling. There's a guy from Freakonomics, Edutopia. So some things that you've probably seen already or at least come across. The nice thing about a reader is that you don't have to check these sites. If there's an update, they send it to you. So you're not checking all the time. You're just going in and checking one thing, and all your news is sent to you. And as I read something, let's say I'm a little interested in this, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. If I am, I can click on it, and then I can read the whole article. If I want to save the article, I can just start or do whatever. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail because of the fact that Google Reader is going away and it doesn't help you much to do the technical aspects. But let's say I want to subscribe to something. Let's say I'm a member of NSTA, and so what I see here is that they have a blog. So I click on that, and when you scroll around, you'll look for something that will say RSS links. So if I click on that, what I want to do is put that address into my reader, and then I can subscribe to it. It doesn't have any new items, but I can see what's been there before. Other times you could just put the blog address. So my old high school blog, I don't need to do anything. I can just take that, copy it, and put it in my reader. And nothing special there. So you can see all the things that I've done there. And I can go in and alter those. One of the things that's nice about Google Reader going away is that it'll give me time to update and explore everything. Another thing you can do is YouTube. Many of you mentioned TED Talks. One of the things you can do with your Gmail is you have a YouTube account that you can subscribe to different channels to. So my subscriptions, I currently don't have any, but let's say I wanted to subscribe to TED Talks. I can subscribe to that, and then I can go ahead and anytime's updated, I can check my subscriptions and see what's new there. So this is another way that you can follow things on YouTube. And again, you're not always going to the TED website to check. It will tell you when things have been updated. You could also take that feed and plug it into your reader, and it would update there as well. The last thing here is Twitter. And Twitter, you can use a variety of tools to check it. You can go to the Twitter website every day. One thing I like, or I'm just getting into, is something called TweetDeck. And when I click on this, I've already got this set up here. But what it lists is it lists all my people that I'm subscribed to. But Twitter also allows you to set up lists, and it'll put those lists in the TweetDeck as well. So anything related to futures or innovation, I have as a separate column. So they'll appear here, but if I'm just trying to view a certain area, I can look here. Same for education. These are all the people who I follow who have something to do with education. And there's some overlap here, but you can see some people there that look familiar. There's or you can see people retweet things. And then here's just some general activity about the people I follow as well. You can also create one for technology or any other column, or even I had one that's not on here that was just fun. So anybody who I followed, like, let's see here. I believe there's some things from Alton Brown here, the guy who used to do Good Eats. And I wouldn't put that here or here. I'd put it in a different category, just labeled fun. So this is something that you could set up as well. Depending on which phone you have, you could set up apps there. This is set up for Google Chrome. I don't know about the other browsers, whether or not they support TweetDeck or not. But again, notice here that I'm not scrolling through just a huge feed of Twitter feed, huge line of say that right, a huge line of Twitter feeds, I can organize them into categories or lists. And you can do that on the Twitter website, or you can use a Twitter supported app such as TweetDeck. But notice here, every day what I can do is I can go to 2 or 3 things. When I wake up, I check my email, don't read that. I can check Google Reader. I can check my YouTube channel, and I can check TweetDeck. So there's only 3 websites, quote unquote, that I have to go to. Not if I'm following 10 blogs, I don't have to go to 10 blog websites. I don't have to go to 10 websites. I can just go to one and see if it's been updated. If it hasn't been updated, I don't get a new thing in my reader or my Twitter feed. And that makes life easier. And like we said, there's a lot of information out there. And part of the battle is actually, besides knowing what's good and what's bad, it's how to sort through it all and organize it. So this summer, you might want to spend some time setting up your personal learning network and play around with it and figure out what works well for you.